Hi everybody, welcome. It's Sue Padgett here. I'm a coach, a speaker, a writer, a vlogger, a podcaster, and this is episode 2 of my gray hair adventure. Yes, I'm growing my hair out gray, and I want to give you an update every month, and right now I am at week 12. It's been 12 weeks since I have sat in the chair and had my hair dyed. Now, I want to tell you, even though I'm at the very early stages, for me it's like when I was 12 years old and I was waiting for my boobs to grow, and I was like, come on, and so it's kind of the same for me with this hair. I'm looking and it's taking a little bit longer for the grays to come in. It's taking a lot longer than I thought. Makes me wonder why I went to get my hair colored every 8 weeks when it really isn't that drastic. But anyways, even though it's very early days, you would not believe the shit that people are saying to me and as I go through this process. So here is the first thing they say. Okay, the first thing that they say are kind of like the old wives' tale that when you grow your hair out gray, it's going to grow out wiry and coarse. Now, let's hold up for a moment because I have the most wiry and coarsest hair on a good day. So I'm going to show you, I just wanted to show you what my hair is like, just kind of up, so you can see it's not a heap of gray. And I'm going to take it down. And it's a little bit controlled because I ran some GHD business through it. But if anyone knows how to manage wiry and coarse hair, it's me. And the one misconception that people have about growing your hair out gray is that you're going to let it go. You're not going to condition it now more than ever. We have all kinds of products, all kinds of things. GHD will be essential for me. Moroccan oil thingies, stuff, argany oil stuff will be really important for me as I go through this. I'm conditioning my hair like crazy, but it's going to be really, really important to use product. The interesting thing about the coarse, wiry business is, yes, on a science level, when hair doesn't have melanin, which is the reason why when hair doesn't have pigment in it, right? It doesn't have the color in it, it's coarser than when hair has the pigment in it. But the thing is, what I'm finding, especially when I hang out on message boards, is that women are really surprised that their hair actually grows out softer than they expected. So I think that the reason why we automatically think that it comes out coarser and wiry is because we've been told it so many times. No one's kind of dared try it out for themselves, and very, very few people know that you gotta, bring out the big guns of conditioners and hair product and all that kind of stuff. So I don't believe this myth, and I'm going to be really, really honest about it as time goes by. But right now, I'm finding that my hair, the hair that's coming through, the very little bits of the hair that's coming through, is actually quite soft, and frankly, nothing can get drier and coarser than this. Now this is where I'm going to get a little bit political, because nothing is as good as a science experiment to just tap the general feeling about women and about aging than letting your hair grow gray. And as a woman who is absolutely obsessed with midlife and how to feel good and how to share feeling good with other women over 40, it's just blown my mind, the things that I listen to. For example, the other day I'm sitting at a bar and I'm with some 30-ish-year-old women friends, and I told them, my beautiful conversation piece, like I said in my first video, that, let the cat out of the bag and just tell people right away what I'm doing. It's good wine conversation. So anyways, I'm telling these younger girls about what I'm doing, and one of the girls said, oh, I just could never do it. It's fine for a man. It looks really, really good on a man. And part of me just felt like, wow, young women have that idea that it's fine looking on a man, but it's not okay for women. And by the way, this was a 30-ish-year-old woman who was coloring her hair. So it had nothing really to do with age. It was just the idea of what is acceptable for women and what is acceptable for men. And I think the thing is that I notice as a woman in the over 40 demographic is that it's up to us to stop perpetuating the myths and the misinformation and, you know, the isms, the sexism, the ageism that goes along with right now. It's up to us to start seeing that, yeah, women who really can rock silver hair are just as hot looking as men who are wearing silver hair. So it's really a perception type of thing. So for me, when I hear that it's okay for men but not for women, that makes me just kind of want to change the minds of others, change the mind for myself. And it reminds me, you know, how do I perceive men? How do I perceive women? What can I do within myself to kind of change the old ideas that I've been brought up to believe? So it kind of starts with us. But if you find yourself saying that this is an okay look for men but not for women, think again. So I was sharing my progress, my gray hair lack of progress, with my mother, and she said that a friend of hers had a 50-year-old daughter who was doing the same thing, and that both of these mothers agreed that the daughter looked older. She looked older. She should still be dyeing her hair. Now, again, both these older mothers were both dyeing their hair in their 70s. And that reminded me of two things. For those of us who are over 40 and are mothers and have daughters, it reminded me of the different relationship that I have with my daughters, my son, where I'm going to lift them up and I'm going to support them through all their life processes and their choices. As long as they are healthy and happy and feeling good, I want to see them for the best they are. So that wouldn't be a phrase that I would use to describe my kid. A second thing is, and you can read between the lines on that one, but you know, generations really see things in different ways. So if you come from a generation where you look at a woman, you see gray hair, your mind might automatically go, oh, that looks old. When in fact, if you just learn to perceive it just a little bit differently, you might see that, oh, she actually looks pretty. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to process the idea that her hair isn't the color I'm used to seeing. So we have to question whether we're looking at things from an old way of thinking, an old way of perception, and what is the reality. And the other thing I want to say is, along these lines of ageism again, does having silver hair really make us look older? The pictures that I see of women, it actually to me reveals kind of a younger, more authentic, more softer look. There's nothing about colored hair that is going to make an older, more mature woman look a different age, really. You'll just know she's a well put together woman and she colors her hair. So does silver hair that's done really well, does it really make you look older? And is older necessarily a bad thing? It's very confronting issues, things that we have been in the past been kind of forced to walk away from. But right now we're at a completely different generation than our mothers, and we're coming at life right now you know, balls up. We are really ready to face things and challenge the status quo and want to be the best that we can be, our most authentic selves. There's no doubt about it that silver hair is confronting for so many, but when it's done right, man, it's done right. Now, I would love you to join this, follow my videos. If you subscribe here on the YouTube channel, you won't miss any of this of these episodes. You can find me also at The Change Guru at thechangeguru.net to get on my mailing list. I've got a new book coming out, Be Your Own Change Guru, The Ultimate Women's Guide for Thriving at Midlife. I'm really proud of the book, and it's got a lot of these kind of thoughts about, you know, just being strong, challenging the status quo, challenging the myths and the things that people have said to just keep women from really thriving and blossoming during this time of life. All right, so that's all I want to say. Stay tuned for the end of this video because I want to show you my favorite Pinterest page where I get a lot of my inspiration from. All right, have a super week. For all of you that are out there that you're transitioning, you're right along there with me. Thank you so much. We're in this together, Silver Sisters. And for those of you who are on the fence and thinking about it, I really welcome your comments. I want to hear what you think, if you would do this, if any of it changes your mind. Have a super week. I look forward to talking with you next week. Have a good one. Bye for now. This is a Pinterest page with women who rock silver hair. Cool. Cool. I can see myself in that one. You just Google Pinterest women who rock silver hair. I think it comes up to like 13 million hits. So there is so much interest in seeing women who do this. Cool.